Welcome back to the Balwan Sholik Sports Palace for the final time at this RWF World Championships, as this is the men's super heavyweight category, plus 105 kilograms. The big boys are backstage warming up, ready to come out and lift the biggest weights, hopefully, and maybe even more world records. Ruslan Albagov up the top there. The big Russian, there's two big Russian names here. Alexei Lovchev as well, the reigning European champion. Bedad Salimi of Iran, 171 kilos in body weight, 6'6". He casts a big shadow, especially with his world record in snatch, and having just done his biggest ever clean and jerk at the recent Asian Games, he's looking in tremendous form. Albagov, world and European champion in 2013, was on fire last year. Velagic, not so good at the snatch, but a superb clean and jerker from Germany, following in the footsteps of Matthias Steiner. Martsiem, well, unlikely to be up inside the top 5, the Estonian. Oleg Proshak, 7th at the 2011 IWF World Championships. 31 years old, Proshak. The Egyptian Masoud, who seems revitalized and looking solid this year. There's Bedad Salimi. Didn't compete in last year's World Championships, fell out after the London Olympics, where he won the Olympic title with his coach, but is back. Alexei Lovchev, the man who can just about stick whatever he wants on the bar in the clean and jerk and pull a contest back. He might have to today after Salimi goes for his world record in snatch. There's Peter Naj. Been around the scene a long time, Peter. His best actually was last year, 6th at the World Championships. Termanidze, 5th at the London Olympics, the Georgian. You see how big these guys are. That's a long bar, and they're right out their hands by the weights. Alexanyan, Armenian, following it in a long line of good Armenian super heavies. Zarnajak of Belarus, young man coming up through the ranks, and Sarajevo of Brazil makes up the 13 men involved in this A Group Super Heavyweight World Championship.
Get on board with Mats Wilander and travel the world of tennis. Access restricted areas. Meet the biggest stars in exclusive interviews. Review the best moments of the tour and improve your game. Tomorrow at 7:15 p.m, Match Point with the WTA's end of season special on British Eurosport.
Match Point is brought to you by Redo. Discover the stories, tragedy and bravery of the First World War battlefields. Walk in the footsteps of heroes and understand the significance of the legacy left behind. Our experts will guide you through the heroic events. Commemorate the centenary of World War I with a Ledger Holidays Battlefield Tour. Our All Quiet on the Western Front tour starts from £279 per person. Call 0843 178 4722 to book now.
I'm Winston Wolfe. I fix problems. Now, I understand your house sustained fire damage. I think I should take you two gentlemen for a little ride.
But we didn't do anything.
The landlord says you did.
No.
Yes, yes. You agreed with him that if your house became uninhabitable, Direct Line would pick up the tab for alternative accommodation.
Yeah, he did.
Good enough. Let's get you guys to a safe house then.
Peter Nash of Hungary just going through the final moves in his warm-up before the snatch phase in this World Championships. Nash probably at his best last year when he finished 6th. These are the past winners. So Ruslan Albagov, the reigning champion, 464 kilos. Then before that, it was Salimi twice in a row, 2011, 2010. And it was Anne of Korea, and those before have long since retired. Skabatis, Hussein Razazadeh, those names have now gone into politics and into coaching. There's the world records. 214 snatch, Salimi owns that. 263 clean and jerk, of course, Hussein Razazadeh has that, and indeed the total. Razazadeh is here, but he's wearing a big suit and coaching, helping coach most of the Iranian weightlifting team. Well, alongside me, Colin Bryce, former British champion Michaela Breeze. Michaela, some big guys here, some big weights hopefully today.
Yes, hopefully. We've had a superb day so far with the women's supers. Let's see if the men's supers can emulate that success. I'm looking forward to seeing how heavy these guys can go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mayor of Almaty City, Mr. Ahmedjan Yesimov.
Alexeyev, Pisarenko, Kurlovich, Vela, Chamerkin, all the big names in history in weightlifting. Hussein Razazadeh, men who've pushed the boundaries of human ability to its limit. And who's going to join them? We already know Salimi has done the biggest ever snatch, which is at the first section here, with 214 kilograms in the new weight categories, though it is actually 216 from the old categories by Krastev. So the Egyptian coming out for his opener, 175 kilograms on the bar, and a pretty comfortable opener. He's 137 kilos in body weight, very stocky, and I think we'll see probably the best men, Michaela, coming in as high as 195, maybe even 200 for Salimi.
Yes, I think we're going to see in excess of a 200 snatch, hopefully by 2 or 3 lifters. It's going to be a close competition by the Iranians and the Russians. They're going to be all out here to try and take victory.
First attempt.
Some impressive starts. Let's hope we're going to see lots of successful lifts today.
Sia Martz of Estonia coming out at 180 for his opener in the snatch.
Cheeky step forwards, make sure he's underneath the bar.
Good lead, Salman.
These athletes are allowed to move around the platform as much as they want, but they must remain on the platform, feet in line, before the referees will give the down signal. Just stepping forwards, rushed his starting position. Only just got his head up, chest up in the starting position before the lift started. That kicked the bar out around his knees. Just lucky to get himself back underneath.
Second attempt.
CM's in the competition.
Already up to over 180 kilograms, nigh on 400 pounds, and off the top of my head, Charles Greenwood of Great Britain owns the British record, which he did back in Manchester. Let's have a quick look through Google to see if he still owns it. 180, wasn't it? He did that day, and it just shows you how impressive these men are, that the early rounds are already equaling what the British record is, and we could go up as much as 35 kilograms from here. So Ahmed, 181 for his second. No, didn't really come close to that one.
Jumping back, leaving the bar out in front.
The weight is 181 kilograms, third attempt. Ahmed
Again, these records, Giles Greenwood's got 180, that's the British record. As it stands, set back in 2002. Been at the Manchester Games.
Yeah, I think previous weight records off the top of my head, Gary Taylor, before they restructured the weight categories, did 185.
I think
if you're watching Gary, text me if I'm wrong, but I think he did.
I think Andrew Davis did a 195.
Yeah, actually, yes.
185s.
Yeah. So that may well have been bettered indeed. So by all means, please send us a tweet to at Michaela Breeze, or indeed to me at Giants Live WSM. Backstage, some of the guys still looking pretty casual, as they have a fair way to go until, if they're coming in quite late on, like Ruslan Albagov at 205, or Lovchev at 205. Indeed, Salimi expected to come in at 206 now. So those men are barely warming up, if warming up at all, probably just doing going through things in their mind.
Well, there's a lot of lifters in this group, 13 in the A group. And for those lifters coming out at the end, that could equate to about half an hour, 45 minutes even, before they are due out. So usually an athlete would start lifting anything heavier than the bar maybe 15, 20 minutes before they're due on. So yeah, some of the athletes won't have even started playing with the bar just yet.
So 181 kilograms again. Third and final. The best from the B group, 188.
Well, that was a better attempt. Head up this time, chest up. Just frustration, having missed his second attempt. It was a throwaway lift. Clearly strong enough for more. But that said, it's a good recovery. 181 on the board. Personal best.
Well, you can't ask for more than a personal best at a World Championships. He hasn't been in that many major competitions. So here is the Brazilian. So Pat Mendes going in the under 105s. Coming out for 182. Which is almost exactly 400 pounds. And if you're back in the UK, about 30 stone he's going to try and chuck over his head here.
That was some solid lifting. Better than his teammate yesterday. Pat Mendes bombed out in the snatch. At least he's got one in. That'll boost his confidence. The coaches are probably quite relieved as well.
So Fernando Sarajevo. Mendes, of course, lives in America, has been a junior on the American team. Just had some difficulties with the US team and decided to move over. Now here's Almir Veligic, who competes for Germany. Matthias Steiner, retired now, of course, former Olympic champion.
A bit sluggish through the middle, but very quick under the bar and a good position. Deep breath. One down, two to go.
The weight is 100. Going up. New weight on the
Well,
bar.
33 years old, Almir Veligic. Perhaps seen his very best. 2009 European Championships, very solid then. Took a silver medal. But it has to be said, of all of the weight categories across the two sexes, the men's super heavies is where Germany has been at its best. Ronnie Veller, another huge name in weightlifting. I'm sure Mark Puster fans may disagree with me there, but here's Peter Nash coming out for his opener. And again, of all of the weight categories, I think it's fair to say that the super heavy categories, you can be an older athlete. In fact, you almost need to be to have the sheer mass to take part in these contests. Peter Nash has been around a long time and is pretty much at his best now as well at 28 years old. Nash's personal best is only 192, so just 7 kilos more.
Oh, needs to stay on the platform, and he does. I won't be pleased with that, but at least it's a good lift.
The weight is 185 kilograms, first attempt.
So he'll have 2 more lifts left. Make an assault on his PB of 192.
Good extension, just dropped his chest as he stands up, putting a lot of strain on the shoulder joint.
Terminidze, 185. Still down on the B group, 188 by Efremov of Uzbekistan earlier on today.
Oh, that was a solid receiving position. Stands up, no trouble at all.
Good lift, the weight is 185 kilograms, second attempt, Mark C, Estonia.
Terminidze was 4th at the European Championships this year, 8th at the London Olympics. Certainly looks solid, but we're still a fair way away from the really big names coming into this competition. Interesting to see whether any of them come back from their 205, 206 starters down to 200 or under. And there's a very big start weight for the top 3. Mark Siem.
He's got it.
A little soft on his left arm, wasn't he?
Good lift.
Never helps when the bar's going forwards, trying to run and back underneath. You'll see some lifters roll the bar backwards to the back of the platform to give them a bit more running space. Not recommended. Platforms we have in our gym are only 3 meters by 2 meters in size. And that way the lifter has to practice good technique. No space to run off the platforms. Yet when we get to competitions, we're usually so much more stable. Give a lifter space and they'll use it.
And you can see there's a barrier there that has to happen at these competitions in case the guys fall off the platform and it goes charging towards the front referee. Oleg Proshak, 187 he's coming out at. He's come down from 190 as his posted weight, so things maybe not going so well, but that looks brilliant.
Yes, it did. Looked like it was a warm-up weight. Just walking off, these athletes don't express much in between lifts. They're conserving their energy. They may only have a couple of minutes to recover, so it's important not to go running off the platform, just taking his time.
Well, he's only 128 kilograms in body weight. I say only. Still over 20 stones. A big man, but the lightest of this field. Coming out on stage for his first effort, Mohamed Massoud of Egypt, 188.
Well, again, that looked comfortable. Sign of a good warm-up. Posted a 185 at the weigh-in. That's 188. So we're going to see a few more kilos on his second attempt.
Yes, and that equals Efremov from the B group, but of course ranked second Efremov only 111 kilos in body weight. This man, well, a wee bit more.
Germany. Second attempt.
Some words of encouragement from Oliver Caruso, who was third at the Olympic Games in '96. He's coaching Valagic.
Yes, 188, so just 5 kilos up for Valagic. He is a better clean and jerker. He just has to try and stay with the others in the snatch.
Does well to steady himself. Great stability in the core and in the shoulders. It's Oliver Caruso nearest us. Bronze medalist at an Olympics. He's been there, he knows his stuff.
Well, he's pretty close to his limit now, isn't he? It's interesting what he's going to go to next, because he does have one lift left.
Probably a 190. His best is 192. We just see here, throws his shoulders back, catches it overhead. That bar almost went behind. Really good control to hold it.
Interestingly, Valagic hasn't actually picked that big an opener for clean and jerk. He's posted 223. Just a quick look ahead, 250 is what Lovchev has posted, but a long way to go before then. And the Estonian, not even close, I'm afraid.
Oh no, not even to arm's length. The bar spat him out. Let's hope he hasn't hurt himself.
On the bar, 189 kilograms, second attempt.
This is a dangerous game, diving under these kind of weights. You've got to know what you're doing, know how to get out. If the weight comes down, 99% of the time that is done safely. Good extension. Just lands on his toes. He jumped back slightly. That bar really did spit him out.
Peter Nash, second effort, 189. Battled his way through the London Olympics with a hernia problem. Took 11th there, managed to have his operation after, and very close to his personal best now.
Oh, a bit army on the way up, took the speed off the bar.
No lift.
Really want to keep the arms as long and straight and relaxed for as long as possible. You see as the bar passes his knees, his elbows are bent. Just means the legs can't work that bit harder.
Well, looking calm and relaxed there, the Armenian.
Well in picture, Treva of Brazil, just popping in another warm-up attempt. He's obviously having quite a long gap between his second and third attempts.
And there's the world record holder, Salimi. All 177 kilos of him, 6'6", 2 meters tall, a giant, a bear of a man. It's going to be a while before he comes in. He is the world record holder, of course, at 214. We expect him in at 206. There are still 5 men to join in this competition. We expect Alexandrian and Jarnasek at 190, and then the big 3 have posted 205s and 206. So a long way until then. Peter Nash, he would love to get this. 189. To be honest, his clean and jerk is never great, so he's unlikely to do too much in the total. We'll give him a good chance of being inside the top 10, maybe top 8 in the snatch.
And left back on 185. He's going to be disappointed with that. Just not trusting his legs to do the work. It's crazy because you want to get this bar as high as possible, so instinct says let's pull it as high as we can, rather than relying on the technique, which is going to be much more efficient.
Junior World Champion 2010, silver medal, European Championship.
Big Armenian super heavyweight Alex Zanyan coming for 190. This is his opener. This is what he posted, so things must be going on track backstage earlier.
Very quick, aggressive off the floor, maybe rushed a little. The speed off the floor is irrelevant. It's what happens when the bar passes the knees. That's where all the power is generated, but you've got to get past your knees in the right position. Quick and aggressive all the way through, and there's little acceleration as it passes his knees.
So another new lifter to join in. It is Evgeny Jarnashek of Belarus, 190 as well. A little bit heavier than the Armenian who just failed this. (27 years old. It's taken a while to develop, but he's probably at his best now.
And there's the 190, his best is 196. So yes, let's hopefully see him surpass that today.
Yeah, so he's only within a few percent of his very best there for his opener. He had to charge forward a little bit there to get it and recover it, but there's definitely more. Fernando Reis of Brazil coming out for his second, 190, so 8 kilograms up on his previous. His PB was only 182 before today in major championships, so this is a big increase. Well, he obviously fancies it, and wasn't that far away for such a big increase.
That's right, he gave it a really good effort. Chest up, good extension. Just out in front, he needs to have his body fully underneath the bar to be able to support it.
Terminidze, 185 to 190 now for his second.
Well, that was better. Superb lifting. Yeah, a little frustrated having missed.
The weight is 190 kilograms.
So I'm looking at the wrong lifter here.
Armenia, second attempt.
Yes, the Georgian, his hands actually went all the way out at the end there, and as he flicks it up and over, the bar shifts, his hands shift right out to the end. Now, Alex Zanyan missed 190 as his opener, under a little pressure here. Reminds me of Ashot Danielin, Armenian weightlifter from the past, European champion and Olympic medalist.
Short again. He's under pressure now. It's 2 failures with 190. Only has 3 attempts, must make one of them to give himself a chance of making a total.
Yeah, sadly for him, he doesn't have Ashot Danielen's power in the snatch. Danielen did over what is the current world record, but in an Armenian Nationals, 2:15, I think his very best was. Now, the Brazilian Sarajeva going for 190 again. This is a huge PB. Certainly personal best that have been recorded on the international stage anyway. 182, he matched that with his opener. And right now sits down in 12th in the snatch. And this would bring him right the way up into second. Terminidze, the lighter man, and he's hit 190 already.
He's got it. Wow, so much better than his previous attempt. The coaches looked so nervous before that lift. They can celebrate now.
Well, that is just tremendous from the Brazilian. And, well, I don't have the Brazilian records to hand. Perhaps I will do some furious Googling in a break and see if we can get to find out whether that is the Brazilian record. It's certainly... I'd be surprised if it wasn't. That was tremendous, and you can see from his face, he even surprised himself there. Great to see it on the world stage. He's in second place now, and it's back to Alex Zanyan of Armenia. If he doesn't get this, he bombs out. 3 failures in a row if he doesn't get this 190. So a big moment for him. He's only 24, believe it or not.
Well, with 1 second to go, under pressure, that's 3 failures. He's unable to make a total. It's a real shame.
So 3 failures at 190, and that's his World Championships over in terms of a chance at getting a total mark. He can still take part in the clean and jerk here, though. Amir Veligic, the 33-year-old German, comes back out. Third and final, 191. And this is starting to get into hit and hope territory for him. He's almost up at his personal best, but it's been a while since he's been lifting that well.
Wow, tremendous lifting. We're going to see a celebration now.
Really good lifting. Excellent stuff there by Veligic. And 3 out of 3 for the man of 33. Good job.
Good extension. Full commitment underneath the bar. Fights it all the way up.
On with the next man, Oleg Proshak, 192. 5 kilos up. The lightest man in this field, and very snappy through the midsection. And gets it, nails it. Proshak's PB, 200 kilograms, so we're still away from that. So, like Veligic, over 30, he's 31 years old, and he does pull it with a slightly narrow grip. You see that, and his hands slide out to the end. It's almost a moment of, where he lets go of the bar. Obviously, there's that second of weightlessness, or less than a second as it is. Takes advantage of it to help him get under. Masood, his second, 193, and very quick again for a big man. That is outstanding.
Good lift, Salma.
2 from 2. That's a new personal best by just 2 kilos. Placed 4th at the World Championships last year. Would love to go one better here. We've still got 3 lifters that are yet to start the competition. Really good extension. Feet move out to the side. No jumping forwards or backwards.
So we still have 3 men to join the competition, but I think we'll be finishing off the other men's lifts first before they come in. Proshak has a lift, Masood has a lift, Termanidze and Janasek of Belarus, who's about to come out now for his second for 195. And I'm not sure any of those men are going to be hitting 200. And the other 3 men aren't even going to start, according to this start list at the moment, until 2:05. Janasek, 195, just 5 kilos up. This is 1 kilo away from his personal best. 5th at the World Championships last year. Did a 190 in the snatch and then a 226. This would certainly put him in better stead if he were to nail it.
That's another good lift. You can see he's really pleased with that.
The weight is 195.
Just 1 kilo behind his personal best. What are we going to see on a 3rd attempt? Is he going to go for the big 200?
Yeah, why not? 200 kilograms, 440 pounds. Look at the position he's in there. Just drops into the last minute. Well, if you ever have the chance, go into a gym and put 195 kilograms on and try and put your hands out right to the end of the bar and stand up with it. It's not easy. And these fellas are flinging it over their heads. 30 seconds to go then. Our next lifter out. Termanidze, his 3rd and final.
Ooh, body nearly buckled under the weight.
Good lead, Salma. On the bar, 197 kilograms, 3rd attempt.
195, just below his best. 3 out of 3. Can't ask for much more at the World Championships.
Absolutely, and he'll be carrying forward that 195 through to the clean and jerk. He leads. He's in gold medal position at the moment in the snatch. Termanidze just to sit back and see what the others do now. Now Oleg Proshak going for 197. Shy of his personal best. Oh my goodness, no, just ran out of platform, and another go at that, he might have done it.
It's those kind of movements where you have to take big steps. You can see him holding his elbow. It's those kind of sudden jerky movements in the upper body that are going to cause elbow dislocations and shoulder problems.
You can see the movement of his elbow. Oh goodness, yes, his right elbow actually just pulled back there, and hopefully he hasn't hurt any ligaments. We don't need another replay of that. Here comes the big Egyptian, Mohamed Atia Masood, over 160 kilos, 350 pounds in body weight. Going for 197. This is way, way, way above the PB he brought to this championships. That was 191. He's already bested that with 193. There's 4 kilos more. Oh, and he had the power, didn't he?
Wow, so close. But with these kind of weights, you've got to be in the right position under the bar. You cannot afford to be millimeters forwards or millimeters back. That's when it goes wrong. And the bar to arm's length, but just in front.
Oh, just a man mountain here. Janasek strides out onto the stage. 160 kilos. Not far off 2 meters tall. He's going for his third and final. 199. 3 kilos over his personal best. If he gets it, I bet he'll be thinking, why didn't I go for 200? The golden 200.
Well, it's there. Maybe that 200 is a psychological barrier, but he's itching closer, just 1 kilo away now.
Yes, you don't know whether he's ever done it in training before. Some men have done far more in training and then come down in World Championships. Others go up. It just depends on the type of beast that you are, but that was impressive. 3 out of 3.
Bronze medal on Olympic Games, World Champion, European Champion.
Ruslan Albagov, 203. He's brought his start weight down by 2 kilograms. But this still is an enormous weight. There's only 3 men left in the competition. He is the reigning world champion. Ooh! Nearly caught it on the way down.
Strong enough to lower it as well.
The weight is 203.
Well, I mean, that's obviously a weight he can do, and he's under a lot of pressure here, of course. Last year, when he won the World Championship, some said it was a soft year with no Salimi. The big Iranian didn't turn up. He fell out with his coach and pulled out.
Now rounded back off the floor, that's going to pull him forwards. The first thing we teach beginners is to keep a nice, strong, straight back.
Well, this is how it stands at the moment. Janasek of Belarus on top of the pile, 199 by 4 kilograms. And, well, there's only 3 men left in the competition. I'll tell you what, if Albagov were to bomb out, wouldn't that be a stunning surprise if Janasek were to get onto the podium? Well, let's hope that doesn't happen for Albagov's sake. He has gone up, I think, from 203. He's not going to take that again. He wants to buy himself a little time. He's gone up to 205. And the Russians, well, they won't play games here because it's another Russian coming in. So Alexei Lovchev, European champion, is coming in at 205 as he posted. And the thing about Lovchev, if he can keep close to Salimi, the world record holder in snatch, he has got a phenomenal clean and jerk. Slightly out of breath there.
No.
And did he time his warm-up correctly? I can't see why he wouldn't have, because he's coming in exactly where we expected him to. So the 2 Russians, well, this isn't the script they wanted. If you saw earlier, Katrina from the women's super heavyweights in the snatch, she broke 2 world records. So the Russian team are on form. Maybe just the pressure's getting to them. Albagov, 205. He's upped it despite missing that opener.
That might be why his teammate was running out onto the platform, assuming maybe he might have a bit longer recovery. But Albagov has nailed it. He's in the competition.
Well, Alexei Lovchev sounds like he's going to go for 205 again. Albagov, his personal best, 210. That's probably what he's going to go for next, I'd imagine, because we know Salimi, he could be doing 215 today. It's possible we could see a world record. He's definitely in shape. He won the Asian Championships at a canter 6 weeks ago. Lovchev going for this again. He's such a tall man. You see how his arms are right out at the end there. He could do with another 6 inches of bar.
Oh, he's on his toes again.
Lost it again to the front, and now he's under real pressure. And even if he gets this, well, people talk about him sticking anything on the bar at the end of the clean and jerk and still winning. I'm not sure he's going to be able to pull back 5, 6, 7, 8 kilos on Salimi. We'll have to wait and see, but he still needs to get this third one in.
Well, sitting a long way back on the bar. So dangerous running forwards like that, trying to get your body back under. Elbows are so vulnerable. Rostami there, looks like he's coaching Salami. Rostami was the gold medalist from the men's 85 kilo category just a few days ago.
Yeah, they're training partners and friends, and of course Hussein Razazadeh behind him there, former Olympic champion, shouts on this man, the reigning Olympic champion, the world record holder in the snatch, 2:06 to start his account. Sticks it, stands up with ease, and he did 2:10 6 weeks ago. Well, it looks easier than that at the Asian Championships, then stuck 2:15 on just to have a bit of fun and go for the world record, and he wasn't far away. So will Bedad Salimi pull it off today? He's 6'6", he's 2 meters tall, he's the tallest man here, and that's not normally a recipe for good snatching, but somehow he overcomes it with just raw power.
Raw power and really good technique. He's powerful, he's quick, he's agile. Just see the positions that these big guys can get into. They really are very athletic. Well, under pressure, Lovchev, 1 to go.
Under massive pressure, the European champion. The lifter, the Russians' favour for winning this of their 2 lifters. Desperately needs this.
That was better. No.
Oh no, he's bombed, I can't believe it. He pulled it with bent arms and just raw aggression there.
Well, he was at the bottom. Maybe the position he was in could have taken a fraction of a second to steady himself before standing. Either way, it's history.
That is so sad. Alexei Lovchev, he did 105 kilos, or 205 kilos at the European Championships, but he wasn't pushed like he is here. So Russian hopes now on this man. Luckily for them, he got 2:05 in on his second attempt, so he ups his game to 2:10. Hopefully he's got his head in this competition. He's got a clean and jerk best of 2:55, almost exactly the same as Salimi. Third and final attempt, and it's a good one. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. 2:10. So Salimi, Bedad Salimi of Iran has 2 replies now to come out. And what's your best guess, Michaela? Go 2:11 and then go for a world record, something like that?
Yeah, sounds like a sensible call to me. They would obviously like to take all of the gold medals. That's the weight that's been posted, so it looks like he is going to come out 2:11. But Albagov, that is a phenomenal lift. Having missed his first, he's then succeeded with 2:05, 2:10, equal personal best that he did back in 2012. So good to see him back in world-class and best form at these World Championships.
Yes, Albagov, 2:10. People said he struggles with pressure, but that was superb. Now 2:11. Salimi needs the extra kilo. He's the heavier man if he's going to win the snatch. And then he'll have 1 lift left to perhaps go for a world record. Well, the pressure gets to him, and he was not close at all there.
Well, it's a difficult position for Albagov to be in. Sat there watching and waiting. He's obviously going to hope that Salami fails again. But if we just watch this, mistimed it slightly, really hanging on at the top rather than dropping under that bit quicker. The change in direction, up and under, has got to be lightning quick. There's too much of a hesitation at the top before he goes. He's trying to pull the bar that bit higher. Well, he's capable. There's not going to be a world record attempt here today on the snatch. Can he come out and nail that 2:11 to take gold away from Albagov?
Yes, he's 4 kilos back at the moment, and then a long way back to third place, because of course the other Russian, Alexei Lovchev, has bombed here. So this would be a huge surprise from seeing Albagov come out first and miss his first snatch at 2:05. And of course Salimi and Lovchev, well, they've got a real go out there and nail it reputation. You would have expected this story to have gone totally differently. Now it's Salimi under the pressure and Lovchev is out. And suddenly Ruslan Albagov is in the driving seat. We have just one lift left here in this super heavyweight snatch competition. He's getting fanned down there by Hussein Rezazadeh, the man whose world record he took to push it up. Pushed it all the way up to 2:14 in November 2011. There's Rezazadeh to go ahead by 1 kilogram ahead of the Russian. Final lift. Oh, went off to the side. That was messy, wasn't it?
It was. Gold to Russia on the snatch. Who would have thought?
Ruslan Albagov, third of the Olympic Games, comes out having been under massive pressure, missing 2:03 in the opener. The only one of these men to actually pull his starting lift down. So things weren't feeling great in the warm-up area, but then he ends up with 2:10. And well, he did 2:09, 2:55 last year at the World Championships, Ruslan Albagov, for a 4.64 total. And this is his chance to show the world he is the true world champion with Salimi here. So he's taken the golden snatch. Salimi, snatch was his trump suit. He now will have to rely on the clean and jerk to pull things back. Both men's personal best. Well, Salimi 2:55, and yes, indeed, 2:55 for Albagov as well. So it's still close. Albagov on top. Salimi second, 2:06, and Janaszek. Congratulations to Belarus. 1:99 for a bronze. That's a surprise. Further on down the order, Peter Nash of Hungary. 12th position for him. Sadly missing 1:89 twice.
Eurosport Player is the Eurosport multi-screen service. With Eurosport Player, watch British Eurosport and British Eurosport 2 live on all your favourite devices through a single subscription. Follow great sporting events live and on demand. Enjoy exclusive content such as multi-table coverage for snooker tournaments. Eurosport Player. All sports,